It's time for another episode of Bad Deals Only.
Who's surviving the spring offer season with their sanity intact? Not me. Not me, dude. About to fucking lose it.
In this room, I know who's not, but I feel slightly similar. I've been on the phone a lot with new clients, happy people, talking about all the warm and fuzzy stuff. And then every call that's buzzing in that I have to text and say, I'll call you right back is an issue. So I have the dichotomy of emotions, right? I have these like happy, like, thanks so much, can't wait to be working with you. And then that phone starts buzzing with an issue. And I know it's a problem and it's been a festering problem. And I have to get off this happy phone call to go into a bad phone call. That's been my up and down right now.
Yeah, I'm
expected, but
I'm actually still very upset about this last message that I just got.
You couldn't tell.
It's still living in my head. It's still living in my head a little bit. Condo inventory exploding, for the record.
So
exploding.
I keep hearing,
which, by the way, is not, that's not good. Way up.
No, I know, but I keep hearing about housing issues and we don't have enough housing. It seems like you can go buy a condo in any neighborhood in Boston right now.
You get $750,000, you want a 2-bedroom condo, you're good, dude.
So why? So
buyer's market.
So why don't people? Really, the 2-bedroom
make more. They should make more money. That's what they should do. Yeah.
The 2-bedroom seem to fall by the wayside. Like people want a 3, and I'm like, I just always thought like you go the 1 bed in or the studio, you upgrade usually with a couple to a 2-bed, and then you can raise that first kid if that's the direction you're going in that same condo, and then you're either city or burbs and you upgrade. But like that's been my progress. Has that changed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know how much that's actually changed. I think what's changed is the prices of all of those.
Okay.
Because when 2 beds are kind of similarly priced as 3 beds and the square footage is similar, I think people will opt for more bed counts, whether that they think for long term or rental capability. Like the 2 bed I just threw on, it's like 1,200 square feet. Like great, but there's 900 square feet 3 beds out there, and I think people will gravitate towards those if they're thinking long term versus the square
home
footage.
Office thing too. And
yeah, for sure. So, but like at the end of the day, the pricing of all of these is kind of the same. So like the 1 beds and the 2 beds, if they're cheaper, I think they're still very desirable. Completely different buyer pools, right? A $500,000 condo or a $800,000 condo, and it's just 1 bedroom difference. Those are 2 real different buyers, right? So I think a lot of the retrade inventory specifically.
I'm going to do something right here.
Locally in Eastie.
I'm going to play a quick game with you.
Uh-oh. Am I ready for a game?
I would say, yeah. This should be easy. It should be all information you have, but I'm just going to pull up. Okay, we're going to a price point wise. Okay, this is a good one. This maybe it's a little expensive. We have.
Should we play Jeopardy music?
We got it. Okay, so what is rent in a 1-bedroom condo in East Boston?
I feel like I should know that. Like a nice condo?
Like a
square footage?
Like a pretty good condo.
Square footage?
And what's a 1-bedroom condo? Like 650 square feet?
Well, I think it depends. You could have a 1,000 square foot condo.
Okay, well, we're not doing the best condo you can buy.
Yeah. Parking?
No parking.
$2,700.
Okay. So that kind of can lead you, from what it looks like,
do I get any validation?
Well, no, I'm more going to what you could buy. Oh. So you can kind of...
You can't buy shit, dude.
No, for like $2,700, if you put it in... Now, I understand the down payment seems to be the issue, but you could buy...
I don't think down payment's the issue.
See, I think it's down payment.
I think it's the monthly burn.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, there's a few condos here at like $420. You're not that far off.
Yeah, but you're like still $500 off.
But
what's a 6.5% interest rate on a $420,000 condo at 5% down? That payment's got to be like a lot. That's got to be like $3,200.
Okay, so we got to have
all in.
You how much down again? What did you say?
5%. This mortgage $400K. If you're a math guy,
yeah, the 5%. And then what do you want for an interest rate?
6.25.
2570
plus taxes. Which I get you. It's
which would
be
a
primary res.
Yeah, that's low. So $200 home insurance,
HOA.
Another 200, so you're 400.
Yeah, so you're the low threes.
Low threes. So I'm like,
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
But that's a lot of money for a single person
Okay.
to live in a shoebox. I think.
Yeah, I mean, but you're living somewhere, right? My thing is like,
Hopefully.
my thing is if you're gonna live in the rental, and for $500 more a month you can own a place, is that something that's motivating to you?
That price point's just really hard to have no parking. Like, there's okay. I know I've said this a zillion times, but like,
Do you think the rental you're getting more amenities for that same price?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think that's the problem with the startup market right now. Right. So I have a house. I just listed it last week. It's Google local service ads.
That's good. Who's that?
Someone got it already. I would have
Someone got it already?
Yeah.
That was a one ringer.
Simul ring, everybody. I would have taken that live on the fucking phone right now.
Love that. Boiler room.
Legit, dude. I have a house I listed last week. Mortgage, $5,200 a month. Okay. Nice single family house. For $5,200 a month. Okay, who's the buyer? Pie chart, who's the buyer? Who do you think is buying a renovated 1,600 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath house in Winthrop? Single family. In Winthrop, with parking.
Okay.
Like, just think of like all of the pie slices in a pie chart of the
What
buyer.
was the price again? So did you not mention
It's
that?
$750.
Okay. Like
Just tell me who you think is buying that house, and be very generic with like chunks of pie chart, and tell me who the majority is.
what time of year?
It's right now.
I would say it's a couple moving out of they're either selling a small condo, moving out of a rental. They either just made the next step to get engaged or just recently married.
Nailed it. What's the percent? You could be a realtor. You could be a realtor, dude. Did everybody ever tell you that? So what is the percentage of the pie chart that's the buyer?
Oh, 85.
Okay, it's high. It's a large majority.
Yes.
Even let's just call it 75,
Sure.
right? Because there's all these other weird slices of pizza that no one wants to eat. Like maybe there's
moving close to family.
Investor, 5%. But like that's it. So all the marketing we do is to that person.
Yep.
So I just posted another video about payment and getting it. But at the end of the day, here is the dilemma. If they're not already in that condo that they bought 5 years ago with incredible equity, okay, and are willing to take a home sale contingency or something like the sellers are willing to take a home sale contingency, where do they live? Where are they living right now?
Yeah, I mean, you
use generalities. Where do they live?
yeah, like they're probably the person that either did like an MBA and lived at home, or they were just out of the city and now they're coming in and they have family or friends in this area, and that's what they can afford. A lot of people, single families are unique because a lot of people are like, I want a single family in the city. So you kind of go to different neighborhoods to find that. You're not so much like condos I can find wherever I want to live. Single families, you do have to be more open to a neighborhood.
So if you think about the pie chart, to double click on it, the pie chart of where these people live, it sounds to me as like, I don't know, 40% out of the city, but wants to get into the city? Or do you think it's smaller? It's 25% out of the city, wants to get into the city?
I'd say it's probably 25%.
Okay,
I think most people in that age group are city-centric.
Oh, I completely agree. So 75% of them then live in the city.
Yes.
Where do they live? If they don't own a condo, where do they live?
In a rental somewhere.
Oh, yes. But
Obviously.
like, where do you think they live?
I would say if you're coming to this area, you probably either live in Revere, Chelsea, East Boston, Winthrop now, or you're one of those like Brighton, Alston people because you don't love your neighborhood, so you're willing to leave.
Okay. And willing to sack into a $5,000 payment. Like, do you think they're in like a shitty triple decker? Or do you think they live in like a bigger building with amenities?
So because, especially with that Brighton, like the Leo Birmingham streets and stuff, there's been so many large scale buy and holds that have been built in the last 10 years. So many that that will offer a couple free months and stuff like that. So dogs, like they're great with
Pet
pets.
friendly, yep.
So all of those things, I'd say they're probably in an amenity building at this time.
Okay, so Like, so imagine this.
Producer Nick, he's leading me down this hole that he's going to try to get me in this corner and beat me up in it. I know it's going to happen. He's going to.
No, you're just. I'm trying to.
Where he's right.
I'm trying to inception you to my point for sure. But so the reality is they're paying a lot of money for rent. Okay, so this is a pivot to home ownership, but they forego things like covered parking, gym and building, close to shops, coffee shops, like, you know, like all the things that like you dream about, like living in Seaport or something like that.
Yeah, like they have to start doing some maintenance. They have to like, you know, upkeep. And
I've just found that biggest pie chart demographic is really slow to undertake the lack of amenities or the loss of amenities and uptick in things like maintenance for the same money. Like they have to really want to build equity.
So that's just a mindset change because when growing up, the whole thing was like you got to own, you got to own, you got to buy, you got to buy. Like,
but I don't think that's the case anymore as we continue to see the volatility in the rental market and COVID and money costs and all the other inflationary things. So at the end of the day, I'm just seeing the entry level buyer fact went from 27 years old to almost 40. That's a fact across the U.S.
This is a psychology conversation, but do you think like before it was kind of like, oh, you rent still? Like it was almost like what are you doing? Now it's like it's not that big a deal. You're like, oh yeah, I rent in the Seaport and it's great, and I go to dinner every night.
I'm not correct. I'm not good with like the Gen Z millennial. I don't know the age brackets very well, but the reality out there is younger generations job hop more.
Sure.
For salary increases.
Yeah.
They're slower to get married. They're later to have kids. Coupled with the average age of the homeowner going up, but also the credit score going up, the down payment going up.
Sure.
All these things.
Income assets.
Like, so, you know, valuing more off time, less like work hard culture. Like, so time is money to them and they want to travel. And like, there's just a lot of different stuff right now. So I think this whole starter piece of inventory
so that hurts the lower spectrum of real estate. Got it.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, everything's twice as expensive as it was 5 years ago. With
for the same thing.
With 3 times the expensive money. And now, you know, there was a time when I bought my first single family home out of a multifamily that like my rate was, you know, 375 and the house was 500 some odd thousand. Like I got into that house for $4,000 a month, but it was bigger than where I came from. You know, so even if it was the same cost, I got a yard, I got more parking, you know, I had my own house, I had a view. Now that same house costs $8,000 a month. And I just say, fuck that. I'd rather live in the echelon.
Sure.
You know, I think that's a big part of it. And so I'm not as hot to trot on buying given all the other things. And then,
but in theory, it's that normal buyer pool is just way smaller because they have options. And home ownership may not be a priority.
So, you know, as contradictory as this may seem, I actually don't think it's smaller at all. I actually think it's quite larger. I just don't think they're doing anything. I think they're all in stalemate.
Okay.
They're all in lease re-signing hell. They don't care as much about owning versus renting because it's not big cost savings.
Oh, no. So that's what I'm saying. The people are there, but they're not valuing this home ownership and not willing to take a little bit like, hey, I'm going to get equity. I'm going to be able to have an asset. I'm going to...
don't care. And I think also, too, what's ironic is, like we've talked about a lot...
Maybe I don't have to move every September 1st. Like, maybe that's like a positivity.
What's a little ironic is if the East Boston market's been essentially flat from a condo standpoint for like 5 years, they didn't really build any equity. They just paid down some principal. So that's still,
agreed there.
Still upside.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the folks that traded as often as probably you and I did.
Oh, yes. I had people like Southie, you know, Boston public school teachers that bought that $330,000 condo and worked that into a $1.3 million condo just from equity.
But 330 used to be the entry point, and at 330 at 4%, I don't know, do the math on that. It's like $1,900 a month.
Yes.
Primary residence exemption, no taxes.
Correct. Yes.
Like
very manageable. Condo fees were $100.
I have a client right now who's selling their condo with us. They paid sub 3. This is locally. Sub 3 has a 2.5 rate. Her mortgage all in is $1,300. Okay, and she's going to give it up, make $250,000 on sale,
And she wouldn't want to rent that to just make the equity monthly?
She needs the equity out of the
Got
property
it,
to
got it,
spring
got it.
into anything and have it be even remotely affordable.
Got
So
it, that
she's
makes
going to go
sense.
from 13 to $4,000. And the only reason it's going to go there is because she's got hundreds of thousands of dollars down. And her budget still is like sub 7.
Wow.
Okay, so like that's the problem. Like you got these people who like you're just let me rewind. You're just not picking up $200,000 of condo equity anymore. Like that's not happening,
Agreed. And that used to happen every 5 years.
or less than.
Yeah, but if you had to be like, hey, I'm here for 5 years,
Right.
I'm gonna.
So there's this weird choke point of like maybe I don't want to sell. I'm stubborn to drop my price. Like there's like 10 of the same condo on the market in Eastie. I have one of them listed. It was a little slow this past weekend because now as a buyer I have choices. So like it's kind of a very interesting market where like, but no one wants to bring the price down because they just paid $7 for their $725
Now,
condo.
have you found, or is there a secret sauce on how there's 10 of the same thing, you make yours look and act different?
Yeah, we're better. We do more marketing.
But is it
Yeah.
specific? Is it the way you lay it out? Is it the
prep
is the
staging,
photos?
time of day.
Okay.
We're a big time of day shoot firm, which is funny. These guys
Golden hour? Like what's a good time?
It depends. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, so this one faces the southwest, has a lot of water views. So yeah, when the sun's setting, bang, like the sun's coming in, it's the top floor. It looks fantastic. You know, if you shot that at 10 a.m. on a rainy day, it looks like shit.
Got it.
So it was funny because I always tell people we try and shoot during the sunny hours of things, and then the sun hasn't been out for 6.5 weeks, and my team's about to kill me. And I'm like, why are we shooting? It's cloudy. Like the sun's not here anymore. So yeah, we just try and do that, and just try and make it as flexible as possible.
Okay.
So
Because I truly believe that even that thumbnail sometimes gets you to click on it.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I know we probably talked about this too, but we used to be like 40 photo people in the MLS. I'm like a 9 to 12 photo guy now. Like I really want to clickbait you to come see it.
Sure.
You know, so less all of the photos, more like the highlight reel.
I think you nailed it, and maybe for not the reason why I don't like a lot of photos, because when you can start playing detective and going, wait, that's just a re-angle of this room, and that room's not as big as they're telling me, because you start matching up like the tiles or the pictures, the thing, like, but that's what people do, right? Like,
well, just COVID, it was like 42 photos because I needed to show everything. I'd Matterport everything. I'd literally try and suppress viewings, like, don't come see this. Well, I was doing open houses on Zoom on Facebook Live, which is crazy because we should still do that. I actually sold plenty of houses that way, which is crazy to think about. It wasn't that long ago. But yeah, now it's like 9 to 12 photos. I don't need 10 photos of the kitchen because everybody else does what I do. Like next listing.
Yeah, it's the same stove. Yeah.
So I need, I need to get through my 10 to 15 photos depending on it, and then be like, wow, it's, what's the floor plan? I think I want to go see this. Right. So that's what we're trying to do as best we can. And every listing's a little bit different,
And then do you find you can do like lockbox? Are you guys doing accompanied showings for everything? Like what works? Because some people
depends.
like
I'll
the
tell
ease.
ya.
The ease of, hey, you're not breathing down my neck. You don't say something stupid. Like you can shoot yourself in the foot as much as you can sell a place too.
Yeah. I'll give you a couple different takes. You got to obviously meet the client where they're at, right? There's people who want accompanied showings even though the property's vacant because they want the value about their home and all the facts and the upgrades that they put into the kitchen or the baths. And like we have those facts and we want to be able to share and build value with the features and benefits of the property. So like that's one kind of big group. There's others that are like it's go and show. Like sometimes it's lockbox easy. We know it's going to be really busy, and we're actually doing a disservice to everybody if we just don't let you go see it as much as possible, right? So that's a big one. So sometimes we do go and show. A lot of the times our properties are occupied, right? So
Sure.
we have a no key policy. Like Seth's not allowed to have keys at the office. They either go right to the hook, or we get them from the client. They go in a lockbox on the property. We leave it there. That way we're nimble. Like someone calls to see the property, like it's not run back to the office or like who has the keys. They're just on the property. We might not give that lockbox code out, but we can retrieve them pretty easily and show it pretty easily. And like, yeah, it's if the seller is okay with non-accompanied showings, like I personally as a realtor would prefer to show stuff non-accompanied because I can make it on my schedule. I can go on showing time, click. Sometimes like I go see properties really quickly alone and I get to talk to my client about it. I can do that in 2 minutes. If I go with you as my client, I might be there for 40.
Yeah.
So I think it's best to have the ultimate flexibility, but it really, really depends on what you're selling for who you're selling it with. But you know, it's funny. A lot of places in the country that aren't so like close together, it's always lockbox, make an appointment, like go without the other realtor. Like I have a friend in Minnesota. She's like, it's so weird you like show so many properties. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that's what we have to do. So, but yeah, it just depends where it is, what it is.
I love it. Okay.
All right. There's two other big monumental shifts that happened literally this week, starting yesterday.
Okay.
Start of iced coffee season.
Oh
my God, you're still a hot coffee guy?
No, sometimes I never leave it.
You never leave it. You're one of those people.
I can do now. I enjoy a hot coffee, but I can certainly grab a February iced coffee, and I'm okay with it. The reason being,
That's tough.
I can give you a couple of reasons. One, I'm in my car a lot. Iced coffee way easier to drink than hot coffee.
True.
I've spilled hot coffee on me a ton of times. Iced coffee, 0 times. Iced coffee's betting 1,000 on not being on my shirt. Hot coffee, little bump.
60%.
Do the heat test. Like that sucks.
What was it like?
Yeah, I will not let you clip that again. But that is difficult for me. Hot coffee sitting down. I love a tate hot coffee.
Man, tate's lit.
It's so good. Sitting down
So
and
good.
sipping on that coffee out of a night. Styrofoam, don't like it. That's why I can go both ways.
That's what she said. You know, I am very much a seasonal coffee drinker.
That's good. Hey, I think that's smart and logical.
Every morning, unless it's like peak July, I'm a hot coffee guy. Right, so hot coffee
at the house.
at home.
Got it.
Yeah, little Nespresso. My son likes to make it for me. It's kind of fun.
That's great.
He's 3, fires up the Nespresso. Yep. Obviously, he hasn't burned himself yet, which is nice. But yeah, that's good. That's our little morning routine. Have the mug at home, and then I pretty much now exclusively am the iced coffee guy moving forward. And it freaking started yesterday.
Now,
Like yesterday, I was
can
like,
you do iced coffee at home?
Iced coffee at home?
Yeah, like
I have ice at home.
Well, Nespresso has the particular like the concentrate.
Yeah.
And then you can do like a Peak or whatever those other companies are that you put in the fridge and you just leave with a nice coffee. I like going to an establishment. I like supporting.
You like supporting small business.
What's the place by Belle Island there? It's Angela's, Angelique's.
Adriana's.
Great spot. Good spot. Not a good spot? I like it. I support you.
When was the last time you did just a quick accounting of what a coffee cost in that place?
Oh, Seth, we've had a lot of talks. Me and my money management has never been a
problem.
A positive here. Where
Buddy,
people should not be listening to me for money management skills.
A cold brew in that place has got to be like $18, dude.
I mean, yes, I've never.
Great environment. Great environment in there.
The last time I looked at a bill when I've ordered food, like I just like,
oh my God.
Like they can. A server's, I'm in their dream to just toss a couple extra desserts on there, a couple extra sides. Like I'm just not looking.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now, and again, I'm going to go from bougie to bougie at my.
Is that impossible?
At one of my golf clubs, I don't sign anything. At the other one, you have to sign. It took me 6 months to realize the tip was already built in. So I'm like, these servers are so lovely to me. They run over. They've been getting 40% tips.
And now that you know that, they're still getting 40% tips, aren't they?
So I do tip. I don't tip a full 20 and 20. I tip 20 and 10. So they're getting 30%. But like, yes, I was tipping.
At one of my, you know what would be really fun, producer Nick, is if you can give me a mashup of egregious bougie Nick quotes, and we can just put like a carousel together. Just like my 10-foot Christmas tree would be in there. My personal. Do you want to know what my personal favorite was?
15 feet. It's 15 feet. By the way,
it was $10,000.
$10,000 15-foot tree.
My personal favorite that was a good nugget right there. My personal favorite was, what are you doing this weekend? And you're like, well, I have to go to Tampa for Stadium Series, which outdoor Bruins game. And then it was right to the Super Bowl.
No. It was to Cliff House, then to the Super Bowl.
That's right. Sorry.
It was Cliff House for 2 nights, then to the Super Bowl.
That's going to be like... It's going to be a really expensive weekend. That 8-day stretch would rival most people's weddings.
Yes, it was.
I think like bougie Boston weddings.
Yeah, to just watch people play sports. We lost both games.
Yeah, maybe it's your fault. So the real rigid start of iced coffee season for me turns when the weather turns, and then did you notice my wardrobe change?
So I was going to make the comment, and I didn't know if this was applicable or people get it, but the state police make their change seasonally, so they go from the big boots and the little hat to the big hat and the summer hat, and they get to wear short sleeves. So that's the changing of the season.
Short sleeves, boots are gone. We got these
Boots are gone. Yeah,
and you'll be happy to know that I have just like the rest of my wardrobe, 8 pairs of the same pair of sneakers.
Hey,
A little Stan Smith guy.
I like it. I'm a no sock guy in the summer, or little socks.
Those
Little
things
socks.
those what are those Magnanis?
Magnanis, yes.
Magnanis.
Magnanis.
I think I said it right.
Magnani.
We didn't say the same word. Yeah, you said you're a no sock guy.
No,
Those weird looking socks.
they're just little socks,
it's
guys.
Magnani. I think the G is silent.
Is that right?
What? Am I pulling one over you?
Magnani? There's no G?
Magnani.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, cobbler. My little Napolitan
Dude,
cobbler.
If I just got you on fashion.
An Italian fashion.
Italian
too. Like,
fashion.
crushing me.
Watch, I'm gonna ask Claude. It's gonna be like, oh no, it's pronounced, and you're gonna say it right. So,
Will Claude know this?
oh yeah. Hey, real quick, how do you pronounce the shoe company? It's an Italian leather company. It starts with an M. It's probably 3 syllables. I think there's a G in the middle. How do you pronounce it?
You're thinking of... Wait, actually, I think you might mean Mephisto, or possibly Mug-an-E. Italian leather with a G in the middle.
It was definitely the Magnani one. Are you sure that's how you say it?
Actually, let me double check that for you real quick. Okay, so
Clever.
it's actually a Spanish brand, not Italian. That threw me off. It should be Man-a-hen-E, with the stress on the second syllable. Sorry about that.
Okay, whatever. Cut that. That was.
I mean, that can't be. That can't be real.
I think
Are you
that's
sure?
all
I thought
wrong.
it was Magnani.
And it says made in Italy.
I'm hearing Mendiani now. That's different from Magnani. Are you sure it starts with an M and has a G in it? Because if it's Italian-made leather, it might be a brand I'm not immediately placing.
This guy doesn't even know about fucking Magnani shoes. Are you
Claude
kidding
Van
me?
Damme's been way too. He's working your spreadsheets too long. You let that guy out of the office.
Yeah.
Go let him eat a cannoli.
Go let him eat a cannoli. Like, he can't eat a fucking cannoli.
Yes, he can.
He's a computer.
You would think so.
All right. So, pivot on the wardrobe. Everyone's back on their phones, and we're drinking iced coffees now. No more hot coffee. You ever take a mug in the car?
Like I said, does my previous statement think I take mugs in the car?
Dude,
No.
I take a mug in the car from time to time.
I can't do it. I am on the phone. I'm rushing around. I drive like I talk. So I'm like I drive like I stole it. I'm Paul Walker.
R.I.P.
Fast and Furious #1. He probably had a hot coffee spill on him. That's why he hit that tree. That's probably what happened. If Paul Walker drank iced coffee, he'd still be alive today. That's my take on this.
Here first.
That's my
There'd
take.
be Fast and Furious 38 coming
Yes,
into this
correct.
near
Yes.
you.
Paul Walker and that Eclipse.
Him and Vin Diesel be still. Wasn't it Eclipse? It wasn't Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were never cool.
They were cool in my eyes. I don't know if they were ever truly cool.
You know
A
what?
convertible Mitsubishi Eclipses. Chef's kiss. Back in 2002.
You know what I really wanted in like the early 90s as a vehicle? I was like 10 years old.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
What? Who is that? Is that from? Is she from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, of course. Kelly from Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah. All right, you got me there. Yeah, she was hot.
She's a great cheerleader too. She made me know cheerleading was a sport. She was an athlete.
She's still cheering today, probably.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It was. I wanted a Chevy Beretta.
Why?
I don't know. 2-door, kind of cool. Not really.
Not really.
I had an obsession with 2-door vehicles.
I think Plymouth was more like Mustang guys. A lot of guys had the 5.0 Mustangs.
Oh yeah, like an '88.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You could like customize them yourself a little bit.
Yeah, you put a lip on it.
Yeah, big engine.
It was like
loud.
it was like that pale red.
We had a lot of blues,
Oh, wow.
reds,
Wow.
Blacks
Browns.
with like the terrible tint, like the purplish tint.
I love that. Yeah, it would get so faded.
Yes,
I was a big tint in the car guy.
I still have the tint in the car.
Wow, really?
Yeah, front windows.
Illegal.
Yes, illegal.
All right, let's move along here. So, anything else good to talk about? It's quarter to 4. It's quarter to 4 o'clock already.
I think it's just. I think it's in general extremely busy. I think people want to buy. I think inventory is still low. I've
Unless you're a condo.
found. I please do not let these words bite me. Brokers have been doing a little bit, like the broker's been a little better. Like I feel like I've kind of lost some of
Really?
those. I have no clue what I'm doing now. I did have
You
an
know
agent.
why? Because they all left the industry.
That's what I'm hoping for. I did have an agent call me and say, I always forget this. Who drafts the P&S first? So like, I mean, like how many deals do you actually do?
Next phone is blowing up today.
I'm very busy today. Yes, I told you I'm just very busy. I got a commercial lender calling me right now. So people are probably buying that
Keith
four.
Mink?
Paul Shaughnessy, Renovo Financial, great guy. He's probably trying to buy that 4 family over in Winthrop above the poor photos. He's like, Nick, I saw that photo Seth took. Is that place really at that value? He's like, there's no way.
All right, ready? I got a bad deal for you, I think. Do you have any good ones to share?
I can go to my note app. What do you want? Do you want like happy bad deal, sad bad deal? What do you got?
I can just go to the archives, but I'm curious if you want me to just read this one or if you got anything in
Well,
the...
how is it? I can go to my
I'll
bad
read it.
deals.
Can my real estate ghost me right as we are closing?
My real estate agent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real estate agent, yeah. They absolutely can, by the way, and sometimes
and we do.
Sometimes we do, yeah. Yeah, that's how we know. That's how, whenever that happens, there should be a self-reflection moment. You're like, was I a dickhead? And the answer is, yeah, you were tough. You put your realtor hat on and you're like, I know better than everybody and I'm going to tell everyone how to do everything. And you weren't appreciative and you texted me too late at night. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
I think I shared this with you on the phone. I know you and I are very alike and like we always want to earn people's business. And even if they're difficult, like we want to really wow them. But at the end of the day, I have just come to terms with 65% of the clients I do business with, I want to keep 35%. This truly is going to be a one time we do business.
That's probably right. I still am one of those, like maybe hang on to bad relationships, apparently, because I still am like, I think I can win them over. Because my team will be like, there's no way we're doing another deal with these people. And I go, they're going to change. They'll be better this time. They learn from their mistakes.
They're the same.
Never do. They never do.
They're the same. All right. So, can my real estate agent ghost me right as we are closing? I went into escrow yesterday and my inspection was supposed to be today. I texted her an hour after the time of inspection to ask her how it went, and there was no response. What do I do in this case? I still want the home. Well, that's kind of an interesting one. It doesn't sound
That's
like...
not at closing. That's like at the beginning.
It sounds like... It still sounds weird.
It's very weird. But you have to be like, are you working with like a big agency? Like when you call the manager, they tell you they were traveling. Because I feel like sometimes you get that with, I don't want to disparage any brands out there, but like a brand that might just, there's no relationship. You texted a number and a random broker showed up to show you a house, and the first time you met was at that showing.
Right. That's the thing.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, it's kind of a popular thing. Like I think if I've been working with you, you've been driving me around. It's our 10th showing. There's no way that's happening.
We don't do that a lot, but that is like very much like Zillow culture. Meeting people in the driveway at the property, it can be really, really tough.
Yes, agreed.
Let's see. I see if I got another one here. I have little QR codes built on my sheet.
I noticed. I thought you were trying to zoom in.
All right, ready? It looks like this one. I'm not going to name them for some reason, but they're. This can't be a real story, but I'm gonna read it. It was submitted by the realtor themselves.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I sold the wrong house 2 different times in 1 week before each mishap. Here's what happened.
You know that the agent who's, I believe she's out of Atlanta, very popular. Yeah.
Glenda Baker.
Yeah, Glenn. She told a famous. You were sitting next to me, I believe, about how she sold the wrong house.
Yeah, and then he kept it.
Yes.
Yeah, which is unbelievable. So this says my clients and I drove to the first house we were chatting up a storm. We drove up and saw the real estate sign, and I glanced at the address of the house. The house was missing the 3rd number out of the 4 digits. It apparently fall off. No big deal. I used the lockbox in the front door, and we proceeded to view the property. My clients loved it. So we wrote an offer up that afternoon. It was accepted, and everyone was happy for a week. Then in the home inspection, I show up using my GPS on my vehicle to get to the house. When I get there, I'm surprised the house doesn't look familiar. When I get to the house, I know I've never been in this house before. So I call my clients. Well, are you buying a house, but this isn't actually the house that you're buying? And they freaked out and we stopped the inspection. This story is now dumb. They showed up to see the new house and discovered that they liked it better. As it turns out, it's 3 doors down from the one that they had thought, even though a whole number's missing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it 117 instead of 118?
Were they're both on the market?
And I just happened to write on the wrong one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
this seems like a little puffery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's not a cool story. After we were talking, I told him about the first house sold, and Eric said he could definitely see how that could happen. And he told me I had a house listed on the next street over. It was literally the same house my clients were trying to buy.
Sounds like people are trying to get out of this neighborhood. We should probably
yeah. All right, that was a lame story. Do you have a good one?
Again, I'm gonna go to the personal Nick Nardone archives. I think I told the coffee one with you, right?
Hot or iced?
It was hot at the time. Didn't I tell that story?
I don't think so.
Producer Nick, did I tell the refi coffee story?
Oh, you did.
Yes, I did. That
Where
one.
you were chasing in the streets?
Yes. Okay, so we haven't had these in quite some time, but refinances, they're coming back, right? So when you refinance a primary residence, federal government, not your lender, gives you the right of rescission. You can rescind your loan.
Couple days, right?
3 days.
Okay.
3 days. So it's usually a formality. You sign a document, and in the middle of the form it says, I want to cancel. Obviously, you don't sign that. You sign the bottom acknowledging you have 3 days to cancel. You get 3 copies. We keep 2. We give you 1. You always throw it in the trash, but you could technically rescind. So everyone asks me, does anyone ever cancel these things? Like, we put so much effort into it.
Only once.
Who would cancel? And I used to say, never had one. Never had one. I now have one. So it was 2021. We had a shared workspace down in Fort Point. And I had this couple come in, and this woman did not want to be there. She is just one word answers, sits down, no talking.
The buyer, the client.
The borrower, owner of the property, wife, husband, chatterbox, happy. Where do I sign? Yep, blah, 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 blah. I get a call from the loan officer.
There's some drama there, I'll tell you right now.
I get a call from the loan officer, and he goes, so they're not going forward with the refi. And I'm like, yeah, it was kind of weird, to be honest. But
this is the closing, yeah?
The guy was great. This was a day and a half after the closing. So closing's like on Wednesday. This is like Thursday night. And he goes, yeah, they're getting divorced. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, see?
I go, yep, kind of knew that was happening. So this couple expedites this divorce. 8 months later, this guy's refining again. He got the property. Comes in, he goes, I am so sorry about that. Like, yeah, that was a tough day.
He was even more pumped.
Probably shouldn't even come in. Signs again, so happy. But I'm like, I wanted to be like, yeah, I could see how you guys not working out. Like, you're a joy to deal with. Like, she was pretty tough. But my only, after thousands and thousands of refis, I've had one person exercise their rescission rights.
That's pretty good.
But that's not
even a bad story. It's just kind of a
I'm
good
just saying
story.
like it's one of those things like, oh, that never happens. I'll give you a similar one. Hey, you run title right before we close, right? Yeah, of course. It's called a rundown. Right before we transfer ownership, we do a rundown to make sure nothing's changed. Very, very, very rare occurrence. Occasionally it happens. I am sitting old school days at the Registry of Deeds in Barnstable, really nice, downtown Barnstable, Centerville, whatever. And I'm signing with these people who are buying a nice property in Chatham. And there is probate there too.
Do you have a house down there? You probably do.
I don't. We have an office there. My business partner Jack has a house down there. 400 Main Street, Chatham, Touchstone. See you there.
Can we work there in the summer?
Yeah, of course.
Summer pod?
Yeah, very easy. So there's attorneys coming in because it's probate court. And you can tell they're an attorney because they don't go through the metal detector. So I'm facing.
You got a badge you show?
We have an ID. It like my friend is a licensed electrician. He has his picture on it. Nice. Mine, I sign, I take it off, and I laminate it right afterwards. I'll show it to you. It's right on the ground there. It's horrendous.
Claude can make one for me.
Oh, in 2 seconds and better probably.
Would that be a crime?
Impersonating any professional.
I think impersonate anybody. I just said, here you go.
I think if you make it, you're okay. I think if you're trying to gain something by using something you're not, that under false pretenses, I think you probably get caught up in somewhere there. But I'm seeing these attorneys walk in very normal. I'm not phased. And I have this attorney walk past me, full suit, tie, and then he comes back up and he goes, oh, are you Nick Nardone? And I go, yeah. And he goes, are you selling blank property right now? I go, yeah, we're doing the closing. These are the buyers. He goes, I represent the ex-wife. We're going to go put a lien on it right now. We didn't know the sale was happening, and we're looking for some money. So we had to close it on up. They ended up negotiating, giving the missus out of Connecticut.
You couldn't even trade it.
Connecticut some money. Had to get all new loan docs and do the whole thing again. But that was one of the ones, like, rarely do you have, again, these issues that come up on the title. But that was minute of closing. This guy came and physically put a encumbrance on the property.
You know how obviously TRID is a buyer thing. All right, so we're making an espresso here. All the fucking doors
That was a
open.
woodpecker. Okay.
You know how, so TRID, you get this.
Truth in lending disclosure,
That's
part
it.
of the Dodd-Frank Act.
Why
October 3rd,
TRID,
2015.
truth in lending disclosure? I feel like TRID's not the right abbreviation. Should be like trilled.
Probably, but I mean,
I'm going to start calling it trilled.
You can ask Barney Frank where that came from.
So the 3-day CD creation, rescission, all that type of stuff, right?
Yes.
So you would think that obviously we had that deal going down. Like, why isn't there a similar one for like sellers to understand net proceeds? Other than the net sheet,
because
that we do,
it's
of course.
consumer, so it's a power position. So very similar to like signing a prenup the day of a wedding. So it used to be you
Can't do that.
It's not good. It's not good. It gives duress.
What does that mean?
That means that I picked out my dress. My dad paid for my wedding. I looked beautiful. I had all my friends and family sitting in a room, and you put a piece of paper in front of me, and I signed it because the other option was for me to be humiliated.
Right.
Yeah. So the power position of I'm a seller, there's no real third party fees coming into play. Like, you hired your agent, you hired your attorney. Everyone pays transfer taxes in Massachusetts. Those are fixed fees. However, your lender was someone you could have picked someone different. It was an open market. So what used to happen is lenders would be like, hey, you're buying that house, it's $500,000. Closing costs are around $7,000. We'll see you at the closing table. And then day of or night before, you got these numbers. Now, if you don't close, you're in breach. You're going to lose your deposit. You could have additional damages that happen. So you sign just like the prenup on your wedding day. Now you get an initial disclosure when you sign up for your loan. You get your TRID disclosure, which should have the same exact number. So we got 1, we got number 2, and then you can still have oil adjustments. You can still have seller adjustments, condo fee. Oh, the taxes went up for this quarter. We had an estimate. As long as the lender fees aren't going up, because lenders used to be like, oh, you got to pay a point now. That the rate I gave you was for a 780 and above credit score. Your credit score is 762. I need to charge you more money. Those things would happen, and clients had to pay it because they felt I'm going to lose a deposit or my house. Like, legit, a moving truck in the yard. What am I going to do? Not pay this.
Right. Yeah, interesting.
I've even had one, Seth, where it was a true broker, and their payment was in there, and they're like, if you don't pay me, you're not getting this loan.
You know what just came up randomly is I had a mortgage broker, essentially trying to strong arm their client on what is it called? Like it's like a clawback.
Yes, so it happens all the time. So if I cannot speak for all banks, but in general, you get paid your commission by your parent company or by whatever third party is paying you because you did a loan that they are now servicing or bought or whatever it is. If that loan is paid off in full prior to 6 months, they have, in the small print, compensation wise, can claw back that commission. So
from the mortgage borrower?
No.
Right. From the mortgage broker.
From the commission person, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I'm the loan officer, I write a loan, you're the borrower, you refi or pay it off because you're selling another piece of property within 6 months, I lose my commission.
Yes.
So the mortgage broker was going after the client and said, hey, because you're trying to do this or you're going to do this, you now owe me $9,000.
Yeah, no, that's
how crazy is that?
That's illegal. Can't do that.
Dude did it.
Well,
he did it.
And they could say no. He has no recourse.
I had a client who was very alarmed by it, and so they tactically delayed closing past the 6 months to help out.
Now that obviously is something now, and
that's crazy, man.
I don't tell people about that unless they truly ask. Like, hey Nick, I was thinking about refining in 3 months, and if I know they have like a relationship with it, I'll say you can do that. However, here's a couple of the pitfalls there. One is a lot of times you won't get a new appraisal, so you won't get the benefit of like the houses that sold over the last 6 months. They'll use the old one. You did some work to the property. No one will ever see that value. And just so you know, it's not a reason not to do it, but your loan officer may get their commission taken away because it was prior to 6 months. So I will mention it if it's a concern for them. And most people actually say, they're like, I can just wait 3 more months, not a big deal. Like, I've actually had quite a few people be like, oh, like I wouldn't want that to happen. Like,
I had a client who was a friend of mine who we connected with another mutual friend of ours who did the loan. And they were like, yeah, well, it's just like at the end of this, like we're selling the house and we're just going to pay off the mortgage. And like we're all like, yeah, just like don't screw him over. You know, be like, hey, so Nick, don't screw Nick number 2 over, like, because he's gonna do all this work for you for basically and get boned.
Correct.
So like, he's like, oh, dude, no, we'll wait 6 months. Don't worry about it. Like, appreciate it. 60 days paid it off. We was like, dude, the loan officer was fucking pissed, dude. He called me. He's like, dude, I just want you to know so and so did this, and I was like, are you? We had that conversation, man. Like, he's like, I fucking hate that guy, and I was like, I mean, that's just. I don't know. I guess it is what it is, but it's just
this is probably like a life lesson. If you had to do it,
and those are the 35% of people you don't do business with again.
And you called the guy and said, I need to do this because. He wouldn't be pumped, but I think he would understand because you gave him the rationale.
I mean, I don't know why anyone would have to pay off their mortgage, but yeah, I agree with you.
Know,
like just give me a little courtesy heads up.
But you say like, hey, I'm actually going to sell the property, and this guy's going to be like a great deal on it.
Yeah,
like,
gotta do it.
I'm going to sell it, right? But most like if you're getting a great deal, you'd be like, hey, I'll give you $3,500. Like, here you go. Like, sorry about that.
Like it seemed very intentional. So, all right. So real quick, let's rip through a quick underrated, overrated. Yeah.
Done. Let's do it. What do you got?
I got a client calling me right now. Eek.
We're busy.
Waiting for rates to drop before buying.
The most overrated. And I hate to be the guy like marry the house, date the rate, like all that stuff. Like you can easily refi. Like it's not that easy, but if the rate drops, the price goes up. I don't think I take one professional business class in my life, but like I know that. Like if the buyer pool,
why don't people get that?
If you go to this house and there's 10 people there willing to pay $800,000, and now their buying power, it says the same payment at $800 is now $875. People legitimately pay the $875. Anyone who's bought a car knows the first question the salesman asks you is, how much you looking to spend a month? They never ask how much you want to spend on a car. They back you into that monthly price because when they're talking to their finance team, all they're trying to do is manipulate whom they're going to put you with for a loan to meet that price. They truly don't care about the actual value of the car.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. And I think this is in sales, like they call it Grant Cardone, great car salesperson.
We call it a bait and switch.
No, he actually wrote a great book on like objection handling, and it was all about people. There's objections that people make, and there's complaints that people make.
Okay.
So like people saying, "Hey, I'm just going to wait for rates to drop," is usually not really the issue. Right, so it's
usually a monthly payment for the house I want to buy. No, like
maybe, but to your point, if the prices go up, so like that's the question you're supposed to. Hey, Nick, completely get it. Like a lot of people say that, so you're not the first, you won't be the last. But like, hey, just real quick, like what do rates have to drop to for you to be a buyer? And you would say what?
Like right now, like 5.5.
5.5. Okay, well, 5.5 happened a couple months ago. Probably could happen again. What do you think happens when rates go down to 5.5?
I get that house, Seth.
Yeah, well, you and about 30 other people are going to bid up that. So you walk them through that, and the reality is sometimes you can understand it, but that's really not the reason they're not buying. There's probably another underlying reason they're not actually making a move. So that could be they don't have the credit yet. They could be they don't have the down payment. They're locked in a
that
lease.
helps pull the layers off to figure exactly what's wrong.
Yeah, right. Or sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm waiting for 4%." Like, cool, man. So it sounds like you gave up on buying a house, and you can have that tougher conversation.
The reality talk.
Any commentary on rates, Fed chair, swap outs coming imminently, right? May 1st. You're still bullish on a cut?
So obviously didn't totally anticipate the Middle East being torn upside down, but I think we're going to see stabilization in oil, stabilization in the stock market. I think we're going to have
You think so? You think it'll be stable?
I think stabilization. I don't think stable. I think better than what we have.
Yeah.
And I think you are going to see, I think before July 4th, we will see a 5.99 or better rate.
5.99 before July 4th? Lock it in?
Heard here first.
That's actually pretty plausible. Plausible?
Oh, now all of a sudden, producer Nick, that's just like totally on board.
Well, before you were a 5.5 guy. I was never a 5.5 guy.
Now, we had some shit happen.
We did have some shit happen. You know what's messed up? Shit's been happening a lot. A lot of shit, dude.
It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Because we've been talking
even
about...
like local Channel 5 news. They're like all... I think I might have mentioned this. Like, I turn the news on. It is just blue lights. Bad. It is blue lights and yellow tape. Like it is.
It's bad.
It should be just called the Murder Hour, like from 5 to 6.
Tune in, see what happened in downtown Milton.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nothing.
We're very close to some parts where stuff does happen.
Brick and Beam or whatever it's called over there.
Brick and Beam's in East Milton. Yes. Yeah.
Is that like the bad part of town?
No, it's fine. It's on West Quincy, East Milton. Very great place to live. But then we have Steel and Rye. We only do 2 name restaurants here in Milton.
Those sound like they're the same place.
Yes, they're not. They're not. But yes.
I like. Listen, I hope we get back in the 5s. I think it'll be chaos if it's in the 5s. We had a big couple drops these last few days. Currently sitting at 6.32 for a 30-year fixed today.
I think we're going to see the 5.99.
That puts a 30-year FHA in the high 5s for the record, but obviously you get some.
Yeah, I want that to be like a 5.3.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I'm unclear. I guess if Wurst hops into office and does do a little cutsies, I think you'll get there pretty quick. But
he's not going to do day one because he wants to show he's not manipulated by the administration.
Sure.
But I think he's going to analyze the data to say we have consumer debt that is way too high. And
it's good. Yeah,
and the rationale for that is people cannot do home equity lines, people cannot refinance, people have all this equity in their property and they're not moving it, and they're taking out 18% instead of 5.99%.
Right.
So what we should do is we should work to cut these mortgage rates, even if that's through a separate program or something. Not sure if how we do that. I'll talk to my mortgage brokers, but something along these lines so people can get out of this debt. Like, people are being hurt by taking out these tertiary options for debt and not doing it the traditional way.
Underrated, overrated. Investing in the stock market.
For me, it's overrated. Wow. If you are
hot take,
hot
take from Rich Nick.
If you are trying to invest in particular stocks, extremely overrated. I think if you are diversifying and you are an index guy or having a couple pots of aggressive and regular, and you're just trying to ride that, we know it's really not 12 to 10%. It's probably like 6%. But if you're just trying to ride that and you're trying to be consistent and you're saving money, I think it's a great thing. But I think if you are trying to, listen to CNN in the morning and be like, I'm going to invest in this new company that's coming out, I think you're probably burning some cash.
There was a time in my life where I thought I had just figured out life. I sold my house in 2020. Okay. Middle of 2020, and we were building, so we were supposed to buy in like September.
Okay.
So I did possibly one of the most careless and stupid things in the world, and I took my entire sale proceeds and I put it in the stock market while under contract on another house.
Okay.
Okay.
And now at that point, we know what happened. So you made a shit ton of money.
Killed it. Killed it, dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I didn't put the whole thing. I put about half in, but like, enough where like
Curated or again, like Vanguard, like.
I'm gonna get into it real quick. Arguably, like
GameStop, Nvidia,
dude, 100%. No crypto at the time. This is a real story. This is a real story. I'll give you the tickers so you can fact check me. I dumped it into, I think, 3 or 4 different stocks. One of them was called Aqua Bounty. It was a farm raised salmon, like they were literally harvesting salmon
to like eat.
Yeah.
So when I buy salmon, I don't buy salmon, but if someone bought salmon,
you don't buy farm raised. You only buy
line caught.
Yeah. Flown directly to your backyard via helicopter.
I actually buy grizzly bear caught. So as the bear catches it, someone
kills the bear.
Someone kills the bear. Yes, it kills.
What do you do with the bear meat?
It's not very sustainable, but it works.
But it controls the grizzly bear population.
Correct. Yes.
So Aqua Bounty Technologies. I called it Aqua Booty at the time. Currently trading at $1.12 right now.
Okay.
You'll be happy to know. Hit its peak when you may ask?
August 1st, July 2020.
Look at that chart you got up there. That's when I was investing in Aqua Booty. Dumped like, I don't know, 20, 30K in this. Ran that thing up to like $9, which was just.
And where'd you start though?
I'd like $2.
Sweet.
$2, yeah, it was a killer. Loved those salmon, and then had to liquidate to buy the house, and those poor salmon. I think they all yeah. You would have thought I pulled out I was the only seed investor in Aqua Booty or something, because that place crashed.
The lights just started flickering. They're like, what happened?
Crashed, dude.
This is interesting.
So I really liked that. I really liked that one at the time. It's so very suspect investments to put your sale proceeds in while waiting to close in your next house. This is bad advice. Do not do this. Okay, another one I did. Jumia,
the hotel brand?
Nope. I referred to this as Jumanji stock, and it was basically Amazon but in Africa.
I don't know if you can go with Jumanji then. I feel like that's
is that inappropriate?
Going down maybe a little inappropriate.
Oh, well, it's more because that's how you spell it.
Okay. I'd love to see how this functionally operates.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. But in the moment, they were like the next kingdom come, and they were trading right now, only trading at $7.30. None of this is financial advice, of course, but in the moment.
Who owns them? I guess. Okay, so we get 2 randos. Who is giving you this advice? Who are we getting this from?
I was just doing a little bit of reading. And they were all on these like top 10 stocks.
Your Rwandan pen pal was like, where I just got my pen today, Seth? It was from Jumanji.
Yeah. So
they're everywhere here,
dude. No joke. This stock currently trading at $7. This is real. So May 11th, it was $4. Okay. By the time I sold this stock, by the time I had to buy my house, which was in January. We closed in February of 2021, so you can fact check this. I'd like this reel to have stock ticker on screen. The stock ticker is JMIA. This stock went from $5 essentially in the middle of 2020 when I sold my house to January 18th. It hit its peak at $56.96 a share. I thought
a 50-time return.
I thought I was Warren fucking Buffett, dude. I was killing it. I couldn't believe it. And like I was just telling all my friends, I go, dude, you got to invest.
Stock market's pretty easy.
Aqua Booty and Jumanji, dude, and I'm killing it, man. I made like 6 figures. It was insane. And I sold it, and then, like, if you remember, I closed in February of 2021. Not too much longer, inflation, market starts turning, rates started going in the opposite direction. This stock promptly was down into $8 a share.
Wow.
So I happen to be in the mix. And then this one, which is actually still, I firmly believe, a pretty good investment, Zscaler.
Oh, my friend did Zscaler, and he did very well at that one.
I did Zscaler early on when it was like a $50 stock. And it's split a bunch of times, went up to like 300. It's crazy. It's down now. So yeah. Anyway, don't put your sales proceeds of the stock market.
Hey, well
and if
done,
you
though.
do, maybe just the
you,
S&P.
you had a good 8-month run there of like nothing could lose.
I was shocked. And so
No
it's
losses.
funny. I called my guy Marty at Northwestern Mutual. I go, man, your job's easy, man. All you got to do is throw it in Aqua Booty, and you're gonna kill it. So yeah, but today I'm more of a real estate investor than I am a stock market investor. I am trying to stock some cash, just small portions of cash away and put in the market and forget about it. But
I think that's probably the smart play, right? Where you're like, oh, like it
Hide it from
historically
yourself.
went up, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we made
Always gotta
that
do well.
8-9%. Like that's good. Like if it's a set and forget, I think it's smart.
okay, last overrated, underrated, and then I think we got to wrap. Like investing in gold and silver.
Not my thing.
Your basement's not filled with silver
Bullion, no, not my thing. My wife is Lebanese, and my father-in-law does like to buy gold. He often quotes the gold price, so he certainly knows it. Over there, it's minimum 18 karat, a lot of 24 karat too, just in jewelry in general. But like obviously, you can buy the little bars.
Sure.
Not my thing, but let's just talk history. It's been pretty darn good. Better than Aqua Booty,
They
we've
had
never had a huge
it's had
drop.
a better run.
I watched the whole thing about how Nixon took us off the gold standard. Probably not the smartest
You
idea.
watched a movie on it?
It was like
documentary?
like a History Channel thing.
I like to watch that.
Yeah, it
I
was-
still don't really get it, but I get it.
Oh, basically, it was just
Are
like.
you gonna tell me?
Yeah, well, basically, it's like why Carter. We were in gas lines and stuff. It was like, we just made crazy inflation, and then we got into a war with Iran, and wasn't fantastic.
When was that?
Last week.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure. I happen to have what I think to be an absurd amount of silver inherited, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not really an absurd amount of silver. I probably shouldn't tell the story
Where is it?
live. Oh, I'm not going to tell you that.
Is it in a bank? Is it like in a undisclosed location?
It's in an undisclosed location.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
So, Dad passed a couple years ago. Dad was a big silver guy, and so. Strangely, my dad, he basically made sure my brother and I knew the code to the safe. He's like, hey, it's here. So when we kick it, everything you need's in the safe.
Got it.
And I was
Okay.
like, all right, cool. So Dad kicks it, and I like talk to my brother.
Imagine it said like Aqua Booty, Zscaler, like that was next to
It's
the
real.
silver.
It's real
It
stocks.
was next
It's
to the
real
silver,
printed stocks. Yeah. It's like Aqua Body. It's like those poor salmon. They're all dead now. So a couple of days go by. I guess I got to go in the safe, right? So I can't get in the safe. The code is clear as day. I can't get in. So I'm talking to a couple of my buddies. I'm like, dude, I can't get in this safe, and I feel like
Are we talking about like brink safe or like little floor safe?
it's a substantially sized safe.
Okay,
in the
okay.
house. Yeah. So, but
You
I
can break into safes different ways.
No, it's like this is a super old
sounds legit.
safe. Like
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, I can't get in this safe, and I feel like it was really important, my dad, for me to get in the safe. So I don't know if I was just like special that day or something, but my buddy comes over. One of them reads the code to the other guy. They get in first try. I'm like, I'm clearly, I'm
you were
clearly,
emotionally,
it's probably like jittery hands or something like I don't know. And in the safe is just a ton of loose silver that we, extradited to a different location.
Yeah,
but
when you say loose, any like jewelry or just like little bars and coins and
tons of coins, like old dimes.
that's my father-in-law.
Old
Like
quarters.
the coins and the little bars, thin bars, not big bars.
American Eagles,
Yeah.
all of the thing, mixed bag, right? And then there's and someone should fact check me on this math, because for a moment I was moderately excited. Okay, now backstory: like my great grandparents built the house in the Great Depression.
Okay,
Right. So like if you're building a house in the Great Depression, you probably are doing okay. Right.
Yeah.
So like this is like long passed on in the family. Right. So here I am. I'm like, I don't know, maybe there's something crazy in the safe. So in the safe, other than all this silver, was I think 12 boxes, like bank boxes of nickels.
Buffalo nickels.
Right. So what's a buffalo nickel, Nick?
It's an expensive nickel They don't make them anymore. I don't exactly
There's-
know what
I
it
think
was.
they're still. Well, I don't know if they're.
Maybe like, all I know is they're very expensive.
There's like silver nickels.
yeah,
like
you,
there's,
yeah, like you
there's-
find one of those, like that's
You're
a, that's a
good.
that's a put in the other pocket one.
and like I think they're like a lot of money, right? So like
yeah, oh, people love
like
them.
if they're
Yes.
silver nickels. I mean, these things could be, I don't know, $4 or $5 a pop. They could go up to $20 a pop.
yeah.
And we have bankers boxes of nickels like that you would get if you like were running a retail establishment. So like I think there are boxes of like $100 or $200 of nickels.
Awesome.
So like so one of my buddies like, I bet you these are all silver. And I was like, oh, that'd be crazy, right? And then one of my other buddies like, hey, if those are all silver, they're like $5 a piece. So if like I'm like, all right, well, how many nickels are in, so like
Yeah, $200. Yeah,
like right, so it's $200 in nickels, but like how many nickels is that?
yeah, 20 per dollar times 200.
20 per dollar, so that's 4,000 nickels,
Yeah.
right? Is that good? Is that good math?
Yeah, times 5.
Right. Well, there's 10 boxes of these, right? And so that's 40,000 nickels times like $5.
Yeah.
Right? $5.
Yeah, you said 5.
Right now it's at $1.50 to $2 a nickel in 2026.
Are you sure it's that
If
many
it's-
nickels?
I thought you
if
said it was
it's what
5.
We're talking
Oh.
about. So silver nickels, they are from 1942
Yeah.
to 1945. They're 35% silver, 56% copper, and they sell base like just metal value today at about $1.50.
All right.
to
So
$2.
each $100 box is what? 2,000 nickels?
It is. So we said, so you got 20 nickels and a dollar times 200
And how many is in a banker's
is
box?
4,000.
How many is in a banker box of nickels?
Oh, that's a Claude question for you, bud.
Let's look real quick. So one of my, I mean, I'm feeling stupid now because I feel like now
2,000 nickels.
2,000 nickels in a banker box. So one of my buddies does the math, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I think this is like a couple $1 million in nickels if it's silver." And I was like, "What?" And like, I'm like, dad kicked it, so like I'm like, well, this silver lining, pun intended. Like, I guess this is cool, man. So I call my brother, and he's like, yeah, they're probably silver. So he does the math. He's like, hey, if they're from this age, it's like $18 million. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? So he's like, yeah, do you have any with you?
You're like, did you Claude this? Like he's like, what's Claude?
He's like,
it's
do
gonna
you,
be awesome.
do you have any with you? I was like, well, no, they're still at the house. He's like, dude, you need to go get all this. You have to go get all these silver nickels. So I went and got a box, and I did what any responsible human would do is I opened it and I cracked it open. They're just nickels. They're just fucking regular nickels from like 1996. I think it was safe weight. So for like three to 6 hours, I was like, I fucking made it. And then I went there and I was just like, fucking dad trolled me. Yet again, they're just regular nickels.
That is hilarious. Oh yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, like
I was
that-
psyched, dude.
I would. Why wouldn't you be? That's amazing.
Yeah. One of my buddies called me. He's like, "Hey, did you ever get over there?" I was like, "Oh no, I didn't go there." He's like, "Dude, you might have $20 million. You didn't go look." I go, you're right. I gotta get over there and look." And I went and looked. I go, "Hey, just nickels, dude." He's like, "That sucks." That sucks.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. So I still have them. If you need $600 of nickels,
I know. Wait, like the penny's gone, right? The nickel's right behind.
The penny is gone, right?
Yeah.
They're just not making it
Not
anymore. It's
minting
not
them,
gone.
correct? Yes.
I mean, how are we gonna make change?
I think I would love if we could just kind of do like hey, if it's 51 cents, it goes up to
Let's round
dollar.
up.
And go to like
Give it a St. Jude.
yes.
All right. Well, that's my nickel story. So,
Amazing.
All great investment advice from me.
You heard it here first.
You sure did. Sure did. Well, on the next episode of BDO,
Thanks,
that's what I'm
everyone.
going to call it.
Okay.
BDO. It sounds like BO. All right. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Later.